Shifting from negative emotions right into positivity can be a difficult skill to master. So let's take a look right now at 3 simple things that you can do to jump from a low vibration into a high vibration. Tips and strategies like this will keep on coming every Wednesday, so hit the subscribe button to stay tuned. As a therapist, mom, and community member, I've done lots of counseling over the years. So while I'm still evolving myself, I would like to share with you 3 things that you can do to raise your vibration in your most difficult moments. The first thing is mindfulness. For me, mindfulness means training the mind to do what I tell it to do. Because usually our mind makes up so many stories about what actually happened that we forget what happened literally, and we judge the situation or the person, and we go so deep into the story that we have no idea what really happened. We already live in an illusion or an invention of our minds. So being mindful or consciously present means to pay attention on what is actually going on. What do you smell? What do you taste? What do you touch? What do you hear? And go further. Look at the things in front of you. Look around. Pay attention to your thoughts and your breathing. One thing I do, and it works really great, is I pay attention to my emotions and I talk to my emotions or about my emotions. So what you can do is to observe and say it in words. I'm so angry right now that I want to yell. And what happens is that the yelling doesn't come anymore because you already verbalized it. It doesn't matter if you do it out loud or just in your head, but the feeling settles down. And if it doesn't, you just keep on talking about it. Oh, look, this is happening to me. My body's starting to shake. And to my anger, I just added frustration. And I'm thinking about how something in the past happened, and I'm associating my present situation with that, and so on and so forth. So you can do that. I love doing that, and it has great effects. The second technique, I call it void. Void means empty your mind, which may seem really difficult to do at certain points, but it is a technique of strength, of power. It's like you take charge of your mind and you command your mind, and your mind needs to listen to you. And there's no alternative besides that. So what I do, I tell my mind to stop or void. And what happens is that my mind becomes so startled of my power and decisiveness to do that and to ask that so boldly that it literally stops. No thought, not even a breath. So I notice that my breath stops in those moments. But your breath doesn't have to stop. Keep breathing. Of course, you need to keep breathing. But be strong. Tell your mind that you are in charge. Tell your mind that you are the boss. Don't let it run the show. You take charge of what your mind does, because guess what? Your mind is an instrument. You are not your mind, and your mind is not you. Your mind is purely an instrument that you use when you want to use it. Please let me know in the comments below which one of these 2 techniques works better for you. The mindfulness or void? And brace yourselves for the third one. This is the most powerful one. The third technique is shifting your focus from facts to vibration. What does that mean? It means that usually when you're entangled in a difficult situations with big emotions, you tend to focus on what happened or on what somebody else said or what you should have said, what you should have done. So you create a whole story focusing on improving that situation, even if it's long gone. But instead of doing that, try to shift your focus from facts, words, and persons to vibration. How do you do that? First, you have to be very clear on your intention, vibrationally speaking. And let me explain this into an example. Let's say you're having an argument with your child and he just got a bad grade, and this is not an usual thing for him, and you're worried and you want to know what's happened. So you get into this discussion where you ask the kid, what happened? Didn't you study enough? Maybe you should have done that. And they say, yeah, well, I don't know. I did do that. I studied enough. Something didn't work well. And you start giving him advice, like a good parent that you are, of course. But before doing that, think about your intention. What do you want to live with this child? What do you want your child to feel like? And this is the vibration. What do you want the child to feel like after your discussion with them? And then check into yourself, check your words, and check your feelings, and see if what you're radiating right now is actually in line, in harmony with your intention. If you want them to feel empowered, are you sure you're going towards empowering your child? If you want them to feel protected, are you sure that your words and your feelings, especially your feelings, are going to that point? So once you have your intention very clear, you can regulate your actual vibration during your conversation with your child. What I do is to stop listening. I stop listening to him. If we're having an argument about anything, I stop listening and I check in, and I have no idea what he's saying, but I look at myself and I ask myself, what's going on? What do I want this kid to feel like? And how do I want myself to feel it when I'm finishing this conversation with him? And then sometimes I don't even know what to do to get to that feeling. So what I do, besides stop listening, I do this. You know what? I say it in my head. You know what? No matter what happens now, I love this child. I adore this child. I want to hug him infinitely. And I really admire his efforts, and I think he's such a great kid with such a great potential. And I go on and on and on, and I put my heart in it. And in a few seconds, he'll tell me, Mom, did you hear what I said? And I said, no, sorry, I was distracted. Can you do that again? Can you tell me again? And he will tell me again. But this time, I know my intentions and I am aligned with my intentions. So one of the great things that happens is that I get to listen actively and compassionately, and I don't use so many words anymore. When I'm entangled in emotions, I use many words. But when you are aligned with your intention vibrationally, you tend to speak less, feel more, and be peaceful, because you know that everything is going to solve. It's going to be okay. Everything is going to be just fine. Set your vibrational intention, align yourself with it, and just relax. Everything is going to be solved vibrationally. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and expect new videos for you and videos that you can watch together with your children, so it can help them too understand how to navigate this life.